Welcome back inside the Simplified Technology Solutions Intermissions Report. Austin Bruins taking on the Bismarck Bobcats for the second consecutive night here at Riverside Arena. Before we go ahead and give you the recap of the first 20 minutes of action, let's go ahead and turn our attention to an interview I had earlier this week with Bruins defenseman Noah Szretter. Hey, Noah, thanks for taking the time to come on out here and introduce yourself to the Austin fans. I know you really haven't had the chance outside of a couple community appearances, but I really appreciate the time here today.
Yeah, no problem. Name's Noah Szretter from Buffalo. It's been great with the Bruins so far. It's been lots of fun.
I'm actually glad that you brought up Buffalo because earlier in an interview that I had done with John Lundy, and I did one with Walter Zacher, but particularly Lundy mentioned that the three of you guys are kind of like the New York kids and you tend to pal around together. You being from Lancaster, New York, and Walter Zacher from Buffalo and all these guys from all over. Is that true? Are you guys like the New York guys?
Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of like similar, like we get along, same kind of sports team. So it really helps. We have stuff to bond over.
And speaking of bonding, I mean, you knew Walter Zacher before even coming to the Austin Bruins this year. You guys played together at the Nichols School, which is a high school, a prep school in New York. How comforting was that to you? Because we're going to talk about, the trade coming over from New Jersey when you started the season. How comforting was it once you found out about the trade that you were going somewhere where you knew somebody?
Yeah, it was actually, he was like one of the first people that I called. And I just asked him how he liked it, and he said it was great. So I was excited to know that I had someone who I had played 3 of my previous years of hockey with that I'd be continuing to play with throughout junior hockey. So it was exciting news.
What was that moment like? You're playing for the New Jersey Titans. It's very early in the season. I think there was only 4 or 5 games into the season at that point. Did you get called into the office and just kind of told, hey, Noah, we're trading you to Austin? What were your thoughts and how did that whole process go down and things like that? What was going through your mind?
I mean, I got a text like in the morning. So I kind of figured something was going on. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, I'd never been traded before, obviously, but I was thinking that could be a possibility. And then I got in the office and he told me I was basically going to Austin. And I wasn't sure if it was Austin, Texas or not. And then I called Walter and he was like Minnesota. And then I was like, oh, got to pack some winter clothes. So yeah, got in the car and just started driving.
Well, the weather can't be too different here from upstate New York, I would imagine.
Oh, no, it's just like it. Pretty much the same kind of seasoning here.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So you get here in Austin, and now this is kind of your junior team. I mean, you've got 24 games under your belt here with the Bruins, as opposed to only having 4 with the Titans. So this is kind of your junior team. Now that you've settled in, how are you acclimating yourself to the junior game? Because, again, you're coming from high school, so there's got to be a little bit of a learning curve there. But now that you've had some time to settle in with a total of 28 games under your belt, how do you feel about it, and what are your thoughts on the North American game?
Just like, it's been fun. It took me like a little while to kind of just make quicker decisions. I feel like that was one of the big things in this league. Just like making quick plays is probably the biggest thing. Cause like, I feel like I have good speed and like just using my legs, but like the decision making aspect of it is huge. Just making quick plays and getting out of the zone has just really helped me kind of just become a better player throughout the year.
I hear from a lot of guys, particularly defensemen, that the NAHL tends to be a lot more physical than any of the leagues that they had been in before getting here. As a defenseman yourself, is that something that kind of holds true? Do you find it to be a lot more of a physical game?
I mean, yeah, not as much as I expected, because I feel like in the NA, every division is like different in terms of physicality. I know I was in the East, and it was kind of like the same as it was out here. It was physical, but not anything too bad. But it's been pretty fun so far.
I hear that structures also tends to be a very commonly used word, and systems and things like that. Is that true? Have you found yourself falling into those systems and those structures and being able to understand the game because of them?
Yeah, I feel like that's a huge part of every team's, offense and defense, just like sticking to the structure. And I feel like it takes like a little while, but once you get it down, it's kind of just built into your head. And it's like second nature throughout the game. Like you don't really think, you just know exactly like what you need to do throughout like every part of the zone on the ice. So it hasn't been too difficult so far.
How about the offensive side of the game? When we take a look at your stats, you do have 2 assists under your belt. You got them both here in Austin. So you earned your first junior points here in Austin. Do you remember that first point? Do you remember the goal and how it happened and how the play was? Or was it just something that you were like, oh, hey, cool, so I guess I got an assist?
Well, I think it was the first game I was here, so it was pretty early. So kind of just like I think got at the point, just passed it. I think Brooksy ended up scoring it, but yeah, it was pretty cool because I think it was a home crowd. My first game coming over for the trade, so it was pretty exciting.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, your second assist came against the Minnesota Wilderness, which was also at home. So we're expecting here, we still got 2 periods of play in this game on Saturday night. So we're expecting some more points. Get another one in front of the home crowd, Noah, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'll try my best to do that.
What kind of defenseman would you classify yourself? Because some guys, obviously, they're the puck moving guys. They're the offensive minded guys that can take it. You know, guys like a Cullen Rush who have no problem necessarily going coast to coast. Do you see yourself similar to him? Do you find you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to step into his role, you know, as he ages out? Or are you a different type of player? Are you more stay at home, more responsible, that kind of defenseman?
I feel like the offensive side is like one of my strong suits. I feel like I can really use my legs to just get out of the zone when there's not really many options, just kind of take it myself and then just make plays throughout the neutral and offensive zone when I get the puck.
You're the type of guy that seems to handle pressure really well. When I watch you play the game, it seems like, you know, you could have a guy right on top of you and you tend to be in control of the puck and able to move, you know, side to side. You're able to get out of that pressure and find some open ice. Is that something that you consciously work on, or is that just something that you're naturally gifted at doing?
I work on it, and I kind of just like I've been doing it for a while. Like I kind of like when I got guys on me because I can just make like quick little moves or just shift and just get out of it, and then just get our team out of the zone. So yeah, I've been doing it for a while now.
So it's something that's been with you for pretty much your whole career.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'll ask you just one more question as we wrap things up here. We're getting towards the end of the intermission. Do you have any goals for your time here in junior hockey? You know, what are those things that keep you driven to go out there and play your best every single game when you step on the ice for the Bruins?
I want to win a Robertson Cup, and I just want to commit somewhere at Division I school by the end of this. So those are my 2 goals.
That's awesome. Those are 2 lofty goals and definitely goals that you want to shoot for, right? You want to win it all. You want to get that D1 commitment.
Correct. Yep.
Awesome. Noah, well, thanks again for the time. We really appreciate it. We're going to end up going through the roster here one more time, so I'm sure we'll have you back on, and hopefully we got maybe your first goal under your belt by that time. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Sounds good. Thank you.
That was Bruins defenseman Noah Szretter. We got plenty more coming up on the Simplified Technology Solutions Intermissions Report. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. This is Austin Bruins Hockey on Power 96 and Hockey TV.